Gonna get one through the smoke, gonna get a second. Doesn't know there's a third, gonna run around. Doesn't actually expect there to be a third.
Get this one. Oh, this guy.
How did Jack
Getting
get
this?
Bobo needs to land these shots here. He gets the first kill on the Bo, gets the second kill at the 47. There's another player pushing up. He gets the third kill, gets the fourth. No, Bobo. Clutch Fi is gonna come in. Perfect timing, getting a double kill. Massive mistake coming out from Heat. Fi to defend the site. He tries to pre-fire, tries to work with the team, gets the kill on the D-Power. Can he find a second? He gets a second onto After as well. 40, and he gets the third kill as well. Clutch Fi just double headshot with the MK20. I have no idea where he was playing.
Wow.
Can you? I can't even believe ASC just did that. Kayul got a double kill. ASC got another double kill 2 seconds later. Getting a nice double kill. Oh, and Pina gets. No way! He's still alive too. Ron gets another kill. He's trying to pistol. Gets the second pistol shot. Amazing
What the fuck
play.
just happened here?
Fake just shut down AHQ so hard in this India site.
All about After now. And he's at the vent. The worst possible position.
This is the one
He
shot.
can't
Pina,
win this.
oh my
He
gosh.
can't.
That entire round is a highlight. We're gonna hop on board to Epi here. He's trying to nade for Taz so that Taz can have an opening. And look at that. Takes down board, takes down KH. Can he find Shiftwalk? He spots him, calls it up for Taz, and he will get the triple kill. Epi winning the round for his team after Shiftwalk takes down Taz, but Epi throwing that flash onto that gray box, getting the next 2 kills, and eventually the bomb plant. But they have all the time in the world to group up and push in at the exact right times. Taz gonna go on the aggressive, gonna play on the story. He's either getting a triple kill, he got a collateral kill at the Huzo and KH. Can he follow up and get the remaining kills for this round? It's all up to one more player. Oh, Taz gets the triple kill. Pettaways gets the kill to Shiftwalk. Taz with that collateral kill onto the backyard. That's exactly what he needed to do. Kroon and Crew are inside of the 2 site. And for some reason, Shiftwalk just walks to the site. Kroon takes down both of them. Shiftwalk and KH just follow the Kroon with a nice double shot. And yeah, since he's calling it, it's aim duels. Oh my gosh! Brev walks to the site, takes down Huzo, takes down Bora. They were just stacking up against each other. And now that KH is low, Brev can get the kill. Brev walking in, getting a 3K, bringing the round back into his team's favor. Finzi is going to try to push up and flank, might see KH. Gets Bora. shot, just second shot, but cost him 2. He is going to push out. He gets killed to Ever Frag. Second side pulls him in. Takes down part of it. He's now holding it. He sees him. Telcor clutches it out. Getting 4 kills this round, clutching 1 on 2. When GB tries to picks up on this.
Alright, so here we are then. We are back. And we're going to get started with the grand finals tonight. The final game of the evening as well. And we are going to play some AVA, obviously. This is the ESL AVA Spring League Qualifier. And we have Celsia coming up versus Bangbus. And I'll be heading up into the room so we can get started with that. I'm currently waiting for the final map to be picked. So I can tell you that we do have that right now. So let me check in. That will be this one. So we now have all the maps for you guys ready. Let's switch over. So here we are. We have Celsia versus Bangbus in the grand finals. Celsia will be playing with the same lineup as we saw just a minute ago. Cyphus, Timmy, Taz, Chuck, and Dolly. And Bangbus, also the same lineup as before. Ron, Tally, Bimbo King, Julio, Tiny, and Turtle. As Bangbus won the winner bracket finals, they will win. Well, they'll get the 1 map advantage, so they're 1-0 leading. Then we're going to go to the following maps. Dual side first, then airplane, and if a 4th and 5th map will be needed, those will be played out on cannon and hammerblow. So there we are. Most people have already turned into the room. We're just waiting for 3 more players. This being Ron, Bimbo, King, and of course Turtle. We're waiting for the NA peeps. That's nothing new, honestly. But well, that's how that goes. Let's see. In the meantime, yes, we have to update the in-game overlay. So you're gonna see a little bit of a weird screen for a bit. We have to adapt the dots. As you can see, they work perfectly fine now. Are getting back to the lobby view as we're gonna wait for the players to come in. This is going to be the final game for tonight. We will find out who is going to win this Spring League qualifier. It doesn't matter all that much apart from the prizes. Both of these teams have already secured a first seed. The only thing obviously that we have to figure out is how are we gonna work with the playoffs as well. Well, the group stages, my bad. As said many times before, we either have the option to make 3 groups out of 5, or we have the option to make 4 groups, 3 out of 4, and 1 group out of 3 teams. The interesting bit, of course, will be how are we going to work this out. Originally, I said I was more in favor of a 3 teams with 5 teams, but that does mean as well that each team will need to play 4 games in their group stage, which is 1 more than now, which means that we might need an extra week for the group stage. The additional thing that's going to become tricky in the playoffs, of course, the teams that win are going to get 1st, 2nd, and 3rd seed, but there will be another team that has to get that 4th seed and will thus play against... Well, does it matter, actually? Well, yeah, it doesn't really matter because they will be playing against one of the other 2nd places instead against a group winner. So that might be unfair in the course of the playoffs, which means that we now have to look, will we want a little bit more of an unfair group stage where the team with 3, well, with the group with 3 teams will have a slightly easy team or slightly easier time qualifying or not? As you honestly have 2 games to play with. So that basically means you have to win at least 1, that's for sure. Otherwise, there's a 3-way tie. And yeah, if you go to the playoffs, you have the unfair course of the playout of the playoffs, and then it can be that a team that shouldn't be in the semifinals ends up in the semifinals. But then again, as we plan to do that double elimination, it's in the end might not matter as much. So it's gonna be a tricky thing. For you guys in the chat, let me know what you think about it. If we should do 3 groups out of 5 teams, or 4 groups with 3 groups out of 4 and 1 group out of 3, as we have 15 teams. Let us know in the chat. It would be good to have some good feedback on that, and then we will know what to do. Other things that you guys will be interested to know about the group stage and the playoffs. First off, one thing for the playoffs, just like last time, will be played on the esports channel. We could also do the group stages with that as well, but I think that will be a bit meh. We have a week in between though, but I plan to do this for the playoffs, so there's another incentive for reaching the playoffs. You get esports channel access. I think that's good. Apart from that, if we take a look at the group stages, there are a few things to take into account. Obviously, it's going to be split server. The rules, same as for Qualifier, blue ticket and Euroguns. Not sure if we're going to keep that for future leagues, but for now it is. We're obviously going to use the format, as said before, 9 rounds per half. 10 you need to win to move on. The group stage will thus also be best of 3, where the playoff games will be best of 5. And additionally, the maps that you guys are interested about, we are going to do the same thing as we did for the Nations Challenge. So that means in the well, we had that in the playoffs. I will see later if we're gonna do it in the group stage as well. Might be nice to have some feedback from you guys on that as well. But at least for the playoffs, we will be looking to add 2 maps to the map pool, which will be Aslan and Stone Temple, and those are also played on the international scene. If we look forward to LAN announcements, hopefully in the near future. So I'll be pushing to hear anything about that. So, those are 2 things I wish to get feedback on in the chat. So let us know, what do you think about how the groups should be formed? What do you think about the map pools for group stage as well or not? If that should be different. And in the meantime, we will be preparing for the game on dual side. As said, Bangbus leads 1-0 for winning the winner bracket finals over Kashmir. And as Celsia defeated Kashmir in the loser bracket finals, they're here in the grand finals, but they have to win 3 out of the 4 maps listed: dual side, airplane, cannon, and hammer blow. Otherwise, Bangbus will sneak away the win and thus be the cup winners. Do not forget, last cup 2 weeks ago, these teams actually did meet up as well. And the interesting bit is, Bangbus won 3-2. So keep that in mind as we get ready for this game. So once again, we will take a few more minutes, and as soon as the room is filled up, we'll talk a little bit more about the players. Alright, so let's go over the players while we wait. So for Celsia, we have Taz, Timmy, Chuck, Cyphus, and look at that win-loss rate from Cyphus. 9,500 over 1,600. That is stunning. Now for Bangbus, we're still waiting for Ron, but we already have Turtle, Tiny, Julio, and Bimbo King. So as soon as Ron gets in, we will be able to prepare, and we can get this started. Let's make sure to make some noise so my headset won't cut off. So let's prepare. This is the best of 5, guys. Bangbus has the 1-0 advantage in this series as they won the winner bracket finals. And there we go, there is Ron. So it looks like Bangbus will be preparing, but it's going to be interesting to see how Bangbus will play out here, because we know Bangbus is playing without a scope. One of the few teams, well, actually the only team who was able to get this far in cups without playing with a scope. And now they are playing against a few of the best scopes in the game, because you have Taz, and if that doesn't go well, Timmy can pick up the scope. And yeah, Timmy is pretty much the most feared scope at this point. So I wonder how Bangbus is going to work with that. But they'll have to, as we're going to start on dual side. This is the map that we saw Bangbus pick. But we know out of Origin how strong Celsia, Global, Crackheads have all been here. We always see a dual scope setup here. We don't see that this time, but maybe somewhere down the line we will see Timmy pick up that M40. Right, so let's prepare. Ron will be returning shortly. He has returned, so let's get this going. We will get started with the second game. Well, yeah, we'll just call it the second game. We'll go to dual side. Bangbus leads 1-0 in the grand finals for in the winner bracket finals. Celsia will be starting on dual side on EU with Cyphus, Timmy, Taz, Chuck, and Dolly. And on the NRF side, we have Bangbus with Ron Tally, Bimbo King, Julio, Tiny, and Turtle. So there we are. Hope we have the right overlay. We actually don't. There we go. Now we have it right. Let's take a look at the guns. Do we see anything out of the ordinary? Tiny's playing with the Para again. But what we're most interested about is, of course, what is Ron playing with? Where's Ron? I think we are... There he is. Ron's playing with Dimak. Okay, we have a game at our hands, guys. Let's get this going. Let's hop aboard the bus. The thrill bus, as we've seen before. Or a Celsia going to puncture their tires and make them, well, pretty much crash here. I think crashing is equivalent to throwing. And we see Dolly getting the opening frack on Bimbo in the underground. Ron will be moving up as Chuck is around there. The C4 has actually been left in the base. Ron might meet up with Dolly real quick. He does. Gets the frag, even though we knocked down 40 health points. He's now at 60. We see a nade come in. Nice route. Look at that. Timmy gets the frag on top one. And Julio's the only player defending the one side. Wonder how Timmy got that though, because must have. Oh, Tiny gets a nade kill on Taz. That could be a huge one. It was all the way up in base. Now Julio pretty much has to move out. Get some kills. Down to 30 HP. So throw a nade now. Won't do that. Timmy gets the jump shot. Now Chuck has to get bombed down. It's all on Ron. 1v3 situation. I already know he's coming from the bridge. And even before he gets there, he's already getting wallbanged. Knows where Cyphus is at now. But it will not matter. Cyphus gets the headshot in. And then a chest shot to complete it. And Celsia leads. Dual side. 1-0. Let's see how both teams will attack this next round as we see Timmy smoking inside one where Julio will be playing, and he picked up a different angle now. That should be good. Let's keep our eyes on Timmy though as he wants to go in. Pre-fire's there. Oh, now Julio's actually on the top. Timmy jumps up there. Oh, meets up with Julio. Is not gonna contest him because he knows he won't be able to win that. So we see Taz go inside. Nobody actually from Bangbus is inside one. They completely left it open. Timmy gets a nade kill on Julio. Taz finds Ron then. Wants to go for a wallbang. Meanwhile, Cyphus shuts down Bimbo in mid. So again, this 4v2 situation for Celsia. Tiny has to come from dark. They don't know where Turtle is. But will that matter much? Oh, look at that. Dolly finds Tiny. 1v4 for Turtle. Oh, he does find Taz. He still has a chance to do it. He knows that there's someone in the dark room. Oh, he spots Dolly. Knocks Dolly down to 1 HP. But we'll have to push him out. Dolly's just waiting for this. And we'll get the frack even. Even though all of the players from Celsia were slow low, they were just stalling out on time. And that's all but enough to win this round. It's 2-0 Celsia. The question is, how big of a lead will they take before Bangbus gets a round in? So we see Taz playing Pixel. This is one of the best pixels you can get in this game, all the way from bedroom to the back of armory. It will not matter much as Ron will find Chuck, but as soon as he peeks out too far, we just hear Taz missing a shot. Taz now finds Tiny. Tiny has actually picked up the scope, hasn't been playing too well with the para. Currently going 1 and 3. Oh, Cyphus again with a headshot. Those headshots really matter a lot as Bangbus now finds himself in a 3v4. Julio is defending one. Timmy is moving up on the top, shutting Turtle down. With Bimbo now retreating, Julio is under pressure. He has to survive. Oh, he gets shot down from behind. Doesn't even check it. And yeah, Cyphus rounds off.
Operation success.
Not much to say as Celsia is fairly quick. They don't want to take this up to midnight. Not at all. And Celsia has the 3-0 lead already. They really don't seem to be stopped at this point. And this still is Bangbus' map. I'm not really sure why they would pick dual side, because you know, dual side is a map where all these players are so strong at. They play this all the time back in the days. And we see how that goes. Again, a 5v3 for Celsia. They're getting a bomb down on two side. One of the players will have to go huge, but it will lose the round. So now comes in. He finds Timmy. Oh, he finds Cyphus as well with a sweet headshot. But it will not matter as Dolly rounds off with 2 kills. It's 4-0 to Celsia. And look at those stats. We see Cyphus, Timmy, and Dolly doing most of the work. Then Taz comes in at a decent score and Chuck at the bottom. But yeah, if you look at Bangbus' end, none of the players has been able to get positive yet. Maybe after this round. Look at that. Julio is not able to jump up properly. He's gonna get pushed out. Timmy jump shots him out. And again, one side is up for grabs. as Turtle and Tiny are on top 1, defending it together. Why are you both there? It's a bit weird for them to have him. Although Turtle will surprise Timmy with it, so 4v4 again. Bimbo's the only player currently defending the 2 side. I think Celsia has realized that because they are rotating. They're asking if firm grips are allowed, so I assume we have a protest incoming. It's a bit of a weird question because you should know that firm grips is not even... Isn't that iron? Is that iron or SH14? I think it's iron armor. We'll have to take a look at the rules because this is special armor for iron, but it's by far not as good as the S16, so I'm not sure if players will be using it still. We'd have to get an update on the rules for that because I'm not 100% sure if it is. And in the meantime, Tiny finds himself in 1v3, is on UAV as well, so has to run away.
Charge set.
See Tiny move in, jumping about. 2 players are both playing in the tunnel because Taz is lit and Chuck will have to survive. But yeah, Tiny has no time to work with whatsoever. Is now gonna go to the tunnel. Oh, he finds Taz in from behind. Can this be the kill? Chuck has to run away quick. Oh, but he doesn't run away quick enough. Tiny's gonna get the 1v2 clutch pretty much out of nowhere. Didn't give him a single chance to pull that off, but he does. Great work by Tiny. And that's a 1v2, and also the first round that Bangbus is gonna get. So with that highlight noted down, we will see how this next round will advance. We again see Celsia do what they always do, playing it fairly slowly, try to get something in. Kicking ball in the underground, trying to do something. Needs coming out. He's already fairly low as he sees Dolly move up. They definitely had a fight there. Ooh, Timmy shuts down Turtle. Again, pressure from Celsia over at one side as Chuck shuts down Ron on top. 5 seconds. It's a jump shot on Bimbo. How many more kills can Chuck get? A little bit of lag as he's waiting for Julio to come around that corner there. Should know where Julio is. We'll get the 3K. And Celsia rounds off their attack streak 5-1 over Bangbus as we're now going to swap sides. So again, a highlight to note down as we caught that quite well. Let's see what nade spot Tiny's going to do. Where will that land? Oh, he actually does hit Cyphers with that grenade if I'm not mistaken. Turtle smokes out. Wants to make sure that Cyphers doesn't see him. Oh, but Taz does spot him. It's almost considered as a pixel shot right there. And again, he gives Celsia the upper hand. Cyphers looks around. What will they do with it? As Taz is checking the top TV. Now bottom. Nobody there. Well, Ron is there, but he's not really pushing up. This time, Bangbus is trying to figure out where they're heading to. Taz waits. So we'll just switch over to players as we go to the underground. We now have Julio inside, living up to his name currently. So we'll need to get some kills in. We have Chuck waiting on the left corner. Julio now realized that they will have to move in quick and get some kills. He doesn't spot Timmy. He's now going to move in. And he finds Chuck reloading. He finds Timmy as well. Yes, he does. 2K for Julio. So he's now going to move up. Will he also get the third, which should be Taz? It is Taz. Oh, but no. Taz will get the frag. Dolly shuts down Bimbo inside, so that should mean that Bangbus goes to 1. But looks like Celsia is prepared for that as they're not giving up on side. Tiny gets blocked down. Or drops it at least. So he's gonna allow Ron to set it. And he gets Dolly. we do have a player coming in from behind. That will be Cyphers. Catches Tiny off guard. And now Ron will have to pull off this 1v2. Which side will he look at? Gets flashed. Taz comes in. Does quite a few damage. Gets Cyphers through the fence. This is going to be the clutch for Ron. He will have to do it. Oh, and he gets it just in time. Ron makes the 1v2. And make sure that Bangbus lives on and comes back 5-2. Highlights, highlights, highlights as we see them now. And that's how we like to see it. Another one to no doubt. It's already going on in the underground. Just trying to pre-fire a bit. Nade's coming out there. Luckily for Julio, it doesn't catch him there. It's one of those nades that you see Celsia do frequently, although I'm not sure if that nade from Julio was actually well timed or just went to nowhere. He's pre-firing a lot, even though he won't get anywhere with that. But let's take a look at Cyphers. Look how far he is pushed up. He's pretty much in position to take the C4 carrier down if it peek out. But I think Tiny is going to run into him, not realizing that he's there. Cyphers won't push though. He's currently 10.5 and 3. Doing very well. He's actually top fragging together with Timmy. Cyphers waits. Meanwhile, Bangbus players have moved on, so let's switch our attention to Dolly, the next person we're going to run into. There we go, he's playing that M4A1 Neon, which is an MK4, even though the name suggests it's an MK3. But will he get frags with it? He's waiting for someone to peek out. Oh, it will be Ron coming in first. He gets the kill on Ron before Tiny shuts him down. And this is going to be the Bangbus push. They have to be quick, but Timmy waits here. He's going to wait here, very clever. Gonna wait for Bangbus to move in. Oh, but he does bait Taz out with that. That's not good. Oh, he doesn't fully get the kill. Can he get the spray down? He already got two. Will get caught up from Timmy in the tunnel, so Cyphers will have to clear up. Bimbo King is low. Tiny's almost full as we hear Cyphers roll in. Oh, but he's not checking the right corner properly. They find Tiny still though. No, Bimbo will round off with a pistol shot. Timmy was too quick to move away after that headshot being tanked. And it's going to allow Bangbus to take yet another round. It's now 5-3. We still have a game at our hands. But Bangbus will really need to win a few rounds in a row now, because if they lose this one, Celsia is most likely not going to give it away unless they pull a Kashmir and bring it back 6-all. How far can they still get? Bounty's coming out. So far, it seems to work best for Bangbus to go over to 2 side. Celsia hasn't really switched up their tactics, actually. Will that work? Turtle still waits in the underground. Nah, he's just gonna move back. There's no chance really for him to push up yet. These teams are taking it a lot slower than we saw in the previous games. Celsia knows how to play him out and will pretty much force him to make a mistake at some point. And that's the thing that Bangbus hasn't really encountered at this cup yet. And that's the extra amount of pressure that they gotta cope with. Cyphers is still waiting on those stairs, waiting for anyone to peek out. But look at his position that he is in. He can almost not get hit from the person on TV. Well, top TV at least. And bottom TV, he will catch. You always see a fight with Bimbo and Dolly going on in the armory. Bimbo is being severely tagged by it. We'll see Tiny moving up on the side. Bimbo wants to get the frag though on Dolly, who is now retreating. Smart call. Celsia is not really engaging, forcing once more Bangbus to make their move. They've got 40 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like they've decided to go 2, but Ron will have to rotate quick then. Nade's coming out. Nade has to be dead on. It will not hit anyone though. Oh, this is going to be a fake again. Or not, no, Ron is now rotating. They're gonna commit to a 2. Chuck gets the 2K spray down. Ron's already rotating as Julio is still alive. Look at that, Cyphers is still defending the 1. And that's what you don't see with the other teams. They walk right into Cyphers' aim. Oh, but he doesn't get the spray down. Ron is still alive. Cyphers will have to round up with a pistol. The spray didn't fully work for him there, but this is again what separates Celsia from the other teams. Usually you see teams rotating all over, but no, Celsia has one player playing in a clever position where Bangbus, where they will be able to counter Bangbus if Bangbus decides to rotate last minute. And that's really the important thing, although we do see Bimbo King getting that 2k frag up in mid. Oh, Bimbo King is pushing on. Let's go to him real quick before we miss out. He spots Cyphers. Will he get the 3k? He does get the 3k. Still full HP even. And now Taz finds himself in a 1v5. So he's gonna move over to one side. He's still on the bridge. Spots people on top. Already 1 HP. Bimbo will get the 4k. And Bangbus is not giving up yet, but look at those scores. Bimbo and Tiny doing all of the work, rest of the players being negative. As for Celsia, everyone is positive, although Timmy and Cyphers are doing most of the work. Yeah, it's 6-4 now. Celsia just needs 1 more rounds, and then the scores will be 1-all in maps. Oh, but Tiny does find Dolly there. Bimbo's gonna push on. Bangbus is picking up the pace. Oh, look at that. As soon as he jumps up, he gets knocked down to 40 HP. Or 30 even, as you could say. And Bimbo has to retreat again. 4v4 still. But Celsia holds firm onto that 2 side. Yeah, at this point, Bangbus will just be taking their time yet again. They don't want to waste this round. They know as well that if they lose it here, they lose their map pick. And then we'll go to Airplane, where we have seen... First of all, Kashmir defeat them, and we know Celsia defeated them there, even though it was just 7-6. Is not really a map that I'll be looking forward to play. So how will that pan out? Timmy's currently just looking over the mid. We'll walk down to help out Chuck a little bit. We'll spot Julio. Did he get the headshot in there? I don't think he did. He actually did get the headshot in. Look at that, he's very low HP already. Bangbus knows that they will have to make a choice at some point about where to go. And they've got mid control, they've got shower control, but they can't really push up anywhere. Ron should decide at this point to move up towards the NRF base from Armory. If he does that, he might be able, well, he will run into Timmy, but if he gets the kill on Timmy, he opens up the map, and that could be... Well, in all fairness, it's the way that Bangbus will either win or lose this round. But I don't think Ron will do that. We instead see Tiny fighting with Chuck. Chuck is now very low HP. If they have another nade, they have to throw it quick. Unless Chuck is going to decide to do that. Chuck finds Bimbo King with a free fire. C4 is down. Timmy will help him out. Tiny is still there. How many kills can Tiny get? He's waiting. Now he'll push up. Gets that 2k on Timmy. But he will need to get the bomb down. He's gonna set it. Taz is in tunnel. So 2v2. Cyphers will come from the base. Taz is waiting. He's gonna get smoked out. Might go for the UAV. Will get the UAV. And that should be enough for Cyphers indeed to take down Tiny. And now it's up to Ron. Ron is 1 HP. If he doesn't clutch this out, Celsia will win map 2. It's now the right moment. 15 seconds left, but we'll have no ammo. Celsia wins this 7-4. And we are going to prepare for game 3, which is Airplane.
Operation success. Return to main base. Your efforts are commended.
But do not forget, this next game will be played on the NA server. This is a server where we haven't really seen Celsia play all that often, if we even have seen them play there on an ESL Cup. So, wonder how that will affect them. But yeah, we're gonna play Airplane, and we're going to NA indeed. So let's move out. We'll get into the NA server. We'll be switching a lot unless Celsia decides to win 3 in a row. Or if Bangbus now decides to win 2 in a row as well. But if we were to go to a 5th and final map, which will be on Hammerblow, then yes, we will go to the NA server again. We will definitely see 2 maps more being played. We will see Airplane next and then Cannon. And if it will be needed, if either of the teams win one of these maps, then we will decide who will be the winner of this Spring League qualifier on Hammerblow. Meanwhile, the room is made already. I think I can already guess the password. No, you switched it up a little bit. Smart Tiny. Or you just made a mistype. Who knows? But the room is up. TK is on this time, so we won't have to talk about that. And everyone is in. Guys won't keep us waiting, and that might cost me because I still have to update the overlays. Just thought that in time. I have to be quick. And there we go. Everything is set up. As soon as Timmy readies up, we'll get going on the plane. We saw how much of an impact it had for Bangbus when they were not playing with a scope here on airplane. Will that cost them again? Or will they be able to put the bimbo effect to good use? Who's to say? We don't know yet, but we'll find out soon. This is game 3, Celsia versus Bangbus. And Celsia will start on EU with Bangbus on NRF. Let's see what Celsia does there. Going for a very quick 2-push with Dolly taking the charge. He's not stopping yet, really. Turtle then, he will get caught off by Chuck. And Timmy just moves on. Look at that, the side has already been taken. 2 players left from Bangbus. But with Tiny coming out with a pre-fire on Timmy, he might be able to make something work out of it still. Let's move over to Ron, who's just gonna jump down. Surprises Taz there as he jumps over him. He now has to reload. Caught up in the corner, Chuck shuts him down. It's all up to Tiny. 1v2, Chuck is low, Cyphers is full. But yeah, look at that, Cyphers already moving away a little bit. So if Chuck falls, he can stall Tiny out. No chance for Tiny to still win it, as Cyphers gets the frag. Round 1 going to Celsia. And how will this pan out further? But this is exactly what we usually see. We had with the other teams sometimes a scope playing at the back there. At well, little church bells, you could say. I'm not sure how they call it. But with there being no scope for Bangbus, it's harder to counter a push. Well, for one side, maybe not as much. For 2 side, definitely. And this is why Celsia is committed to those 2 pushes. We already see the setup for 2 being a lot different. Julio getting flashed out, but we'll still get 1 frag, but we'll need to get more. Tiny comes in with the help though, as he gets the 3k spray down, 4k even for Tiny. And that will be enough to win it. Look at that, Tiny going 5-1, 1-0 now, as Bangbus had a good hold down. But this is good from Bangbus. They saw the first round, okay, our setup didn't work. They changed their setup, and it worked out. And now Celsia, they seem to be doing the same. They want to go to 2 side. They expect Bangbus to switch it up yet again, which they have. And now it's going to be a harder... Well, it's going to be a lot harder for them to counter this. So let's see if we can get a good angle on them as the smokes are coming out. As we'll find one on side. They will probably know where Julio's playing at. So let's get our angle position in the other way. We should see it here well. Look at that. Taz finds Bimbo King. Smokes are coming out there. Now be pushing in. Dolly gets a smoke kill on Julio. Knocking him down in a flash, really. Now Ron and Turtle have to rotate. We see Turtle picking up the scope, actually. This is that shift that we were talking about earlier. With Timmy and Chuck rounding up from both angles. We see Celsia winning a round. But yeah, Bangbus already forced to play with a scope. Well, not anymore at least. Turtle's already swapping up. But it will be pretty much be forced to play with a scope because, yeah, we know airplane is so long range. You really need a scope here. We don't see that. It's weird. After that, he gets the scope shot onto Timmy. Keeps on pre-firing before retreating. But Cypher is already in the tunnel, so Turtle will have to hide. Will it be gone in time? He is gone from sight, at least. That's a 4v4. Turtle waits in the back. Cyphers is still waiting up there in the tunnel before getting help, I think, from Taz. It is. Chuck is moving down the double doors. Turtle will spot. Oh, Turtle should have spotted him there. You can't see that he spotted him by the way he moves. Chuck has meanwhile moved to the other side. Holding Chuck open. Oh, Julio will get the frag. That could be important. Cyphers is not pushing up yet. This should be a rotate coming in. But with Julio also finding kill onto Dolly, the round is in the hand of Bangbus. What are they doing now? Let's keep our eyes on Taz. He will need to get a lot of frags if he wants to win it. Falls down there. Tany's trying to move up in the double doors, but Taz will not spot anyone here. Either need to push in. Oh, look at that. Cyphers will find one. Now he knows where Turtle is at. Turtle jumps up, but Taz can't get the frag. And now it's going to be tough for him. He's in a 1v3 situation. We know that Taz is very good at making clutches happen. But this is a very tough one. Two people on his left. He checks the hard left corner. Oh, he finds Julio. Does he know where both the players are? Bimbo is playing far away. Turtle is already trying to move up in the double doors. But yeah, Taz is rotating. He's gonna set it at 2. Oh, but Bimbo's already seen him. This could be huge. Is Turtle rotating? Turtle's now finally decided to rotate. Smoke's coming out. Bimbo King's already on side. And with him perfectly playing there in the blue room, he's not gonna allow Taz to make that rotate happen even. Good call by him. Great positioning. And that evens up the scores 2-all. Bangbus is still in there. It's gonna be tough for them because, in all fairness, they need to win both of these rounds. Oh, look at all these nades coming out. Still the double door push comes in as Julio gets the kill on Dolly. Tiny wants to move on. But will they? No, we see Celsia already rotating. Look at that quick, the swift rotate. They're already all the way through. You see Julio inside. Chuck knocks him down. And Cyphers will just get the bomb down as quick as he can. It's going to be a 3v3. Taz is still over at one side. He has to rotate quick because Cyphers is low. And now it will be tough. Cyphers also flash. Shut down by Ron. He gets a 2k. But Taz is nowhere near the C4. Turtle will be defusing. And yeah, Ron gets that kill. 3k for him this round. But Taz was nowhere near fast enough to rotate. That's going to allow Bangbus to win these rounds. As soon as Chuck died, it was pretty much a lost round. And with 1 round left on NRF, we have Bangbus in the lead. But do not forget, this is an NRF-sided map. So if Celsia wins this round, they will be more than happy to get this far. They are committed to a double door push. We have Ron and Turtle in there. Ron gets a 2k spray down as Timmy does manage to get into the tunnel. He will now push on. Spots Tiny and does a lot of damage with it. There was a flash. He has to reload first, so it doesn't help all that much. It's a 2v3 again. He wants to push on. Bimbo King and Tiny are coming in from behind already. So what can Timmy do? He's gonna throw a nade. Hoping to hear a call up from that. Spots Julio. So that will mean that Dolly's gonna get onto the side. He has picked up the scope from Taz. If I were him, I'd set at the back of the side. Indeed, a good call from Dolly. But now Dolly has to pull off this 1v3. Ah, but he already misses Julio. Bangbus will also get this round. That's 3 rounds in a row for Bangbus. And where it seemed like Celsia was getting the advantage on this map, Bangbus is bringing it back in. We now have a close game at our hands. Possibly. They're already talking about throwing. Bimbo will immediately knife Tiny for that. You get in the fish here if you try to get on the throw bus. Not sure why Julio said choo-choo, but I'm pretty sure a bus won't make that sound. You already realized that. We're changing sides as Bangbus leads 4-2. And if they get this round in straight away, they might be able to take the lead in the series yet again. Unless Celsia decides that they have other plans. See Bingo move up. Yeah, Chuck is always playing there at that little box. For people that play against him in match or in arena as it's called now, you'll always see him play there. So if you throw that nade perfectly fine, you may catch him a lot of times. And yet we also see Taz on the stairs. If they're gonna throw that nade now, they might be doing that. I think they failed the nade, but if that nade was dead on, Taz would have been gone by now. is a nade that you can make perfectly good use of. Let's see if I can... I cannot show that with my mouse, but let's see if Julio's gonna walk there. No, he's gonna walk back. But yeah, it's on the left side of the bridge. Turtle will be yeah, right at that point. You can throw it all the way into that little window on the stairs near 2. And that nade could really be disastrous for Celsia if they're gonna use it. But look at that, Timmy comes in from behind and gets one on Turtle. Cyphers meanwhile shuts down one as well. Bimbo King comes up with a pre-fire. Now Timmy's in a tough call because he has to reload. Moves up quick, and that will allow Bimbo to get the kill. It's a 2v2 situation still. Julio wants to go for a rotate. And look at that, Cyphers already realized that this game sense from Celsia is just stunning. Because he will now be waiting in the back of the side. Waiting for Bimbo to get on there. Gets the kill now. Julio now knows he can't push up. Cyphers already spotted him in that jump. Cyphers go for a frag even. Julio will just walk in. Doesn't even expect Taz to be looking there. And round 7 goes to Celsia. They are closing up the gap. But they're still 1 round away from evening it up. What has become apparent so far already is that Celsia seems to have the slight upper hand with countering the enemy team's tactics. That's really what's been helping them out so far. But how will it work now? We see Chuck playing up on that box again. He is always there. He's watching up near that bell. But not much action being happening there. We'll try to move away as we see Taz just missing a shot there on the bridge. Oh, he does get the kill onto Tiny. It's an opening frag for him this round. He will try to move on to get another kill on the bridge. If we go for the wallbang, he might be able to catch someone with it. That, of course, be a very lucky pick. Just missing a shot there. He's gonna move away. So let's keep our eyes on Ron as he's preparing to go to 1. He's currently going 10-5 for his team, which is perfectly fine. He's not top fragging with it. It's this time Turtle, who has been pretty much bot fragging all the time in this cup. So it's good to see him do well. Look at that, Chuck pushes up and shuts down Julio. Now also calls out the C4. But Bimbo King will still get the kill. That's an important one because it allows Bangbus to stay in this round. And he will now be rotating. The push will happen at 2. Timmy now trying to hold down the tunnel. Will not get the kill on Turtle. So he's not going to move out yet. Gonna make it seem like he did move out. Still waiting in the tunnel. All of the Bangbus players are there now. Turtle will be moving up yet again. He should be pre-firing. Cyphers gets Ron. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Cyphers gets 2 frags. Timmy rounds up the 3rd. And once again, Celsia will be winning those rounds. And just like it was, 4-2 in Bangbus' favor. It's now 4-all. And Celsia seems to be regaining the upper hand. This is all for a fight for a lead in the series. And yeah, the question is, which team needs it the most? Chuck getting Julio down near the blocks as they try to move up to 2. Bangbus is trying to play a little bit less cautious as they try to move in. It's not working out for them. At least at this point. Attack, they've yet to win a round, as this is the 3rd round that they play at. Chuck, though, has been really lit up. Look at that, he is 1 HP at this point. And Taz also tagged. He's walking. Oh, Tiny will shut him down as Taz walked out there from the pillar in blue room. And Tiny will rotate back up. Oh, he's trying to throw a nade, though, to try and help Bimbo a bit. But they'll stay on the bridge together with Ron. So it looks like Bangbus will still be wanting to go 2-2. Yeah, with Ron just running around here. Yeah, he might push up in the mid here. We'll have to get a play started. We have 1 minute and 10 left on the clock. But yeah, Ron does not really want to commit. He knows that as he's a C4 carrier, he could lose the round with it. Pushes up. He needs to get this kill. Gets Dolly with it. That's important. But he will now be moving back. But Cyphers and Yeah, both Cyphers and Chuck are very low HP. The only player who's still full is over at one side, and that's Timmy. Which is exactly where they're heading to now. Timmy's playing with the AK-12 Gorilla. I haven't seen him play with this gun in ever. So can he get these kills? He was playing here last round as well, so Bangbus will definitely be checking it. He's currently going 5 and 6. It's very rare to see Timmy play negative. But he might be able to come back from that this round already. Oh, he knows that Bangbus moves up there. Takes down Turtle. Moves back out. Knows there's someone in the tunnel. Will he get the kill on Ron? Does get the kill on Ron. It's just one player left. Timmy knows where he is. Oh, Tiny finds one. Both of their players are lit. But it doesn't matter. Chuck shuts down Tiny. That's 3 rounds in a row for Celsia. And they take the lead again. Even on the favorite side. Is this going to be Bangbus drop in yet another map? Or do they still have a last breath to take it back? They will need to be quick, because Celsia will be at game point soon. Ron gets flashed out as we see Timmy moving the tunnel again. Doesn't matter. Ron gets the smoke pre-fire onto him. And this is the kill that Bangbus really need to get all along, because now you have one side being more open. Tiny falls though up on the bridge. But we see Bangbus already preparing for a one push. And Dolly's on the verge of peeking. Well, not peeked too far, so he does get the kill on Ron. Before removing himself from the play. Bimbo now pushes on the side. Needs to get Cyphers. Gets Cyphers down just in time. But he has to reload now before he can get more kills. 2v3. Again, Bangbus in a tough call. Bimbo is low. 1v3 for him. This is almost impossible. Let's find Dolly. Let's push out now. Oh, but Taz gets the pistol kill in. 4 rounds straight for Celsia. Chuck wants to do a throw blast here. Will not work out. And Celsia has 6 and 4 now. But again, something interesting that we see, Timmy isn't really able to get all those rounds in, but because he positions himself up there in the tunnel, he is being a key player still. So that's really the thing about Timmy. Even when he's bottom frag, he is being the key player. And that's so important. Chuck though, he finds 2 players as Tiny is gonna push on to 2. 2 is pretty much open, although they know that there's someone hanging around in base. Or hanging out in base. Tiny's gonna watch the blue room. Smokes his left. So he'll be coming in from blue room quick. And he finds him. We'll have to push out. Gets on UEV. So he has to run back. Cyphers will find him. Run and gets Taz. And they round off. Bangbus does win this round still. A good 2 push. But will it be enough? Will they still be able to get those 2 remaining rounds? Celsia leads 6-5. Will those 3 game points that they have be enough? Bangbus will try to take it slow again. Let's keep our eyes on Taz as he watches the double doors together. Should be Dolly. It is Dolly indeed. Can Taz get these frags in? Would be very important. But it will be Timmy shutting down Julio with the AK-12. Where's Timmy at even? He's all the way over at 2. We're waiting for a Bangbus player to come to the double doors. We drop there. He has dropped now. We will be moving into Taz lane very shortly, but Taz missing his shot. No, he does not miss his shot. Turtle tanked it with the flash coming out. Ron wants to move to 2. Gets counter flash though, but doesn't matter much. Bangbus has situated themselves up in mid, so they will be looking to push the base. This they haven't done yet throughout the entire game, as we see Timmy get the 2nd kill of the round. If Bimbo King pushes on undetected, no, he will run up into Taz. Needs to kill Cyphers, will not get the frag. Tiny does spot Cyphers. Players are there. Yeah, look at that. Tiny has to watch 2 players there. It will be pretty much impossible. Turtle finds himself in a 1v5. And this will be it for game 3. This is absolutely impossible to pull off. He does get the first though. 1, 2. Oh, pretty much everyone is tagged though, but it doesn't matter. Timmy rounds off, still putting themselves up a little bit up on the board. Celsia wins Airplane 7-5. It's not their easiest for sure, but they take the lead as we're going to prepare for map 4, which will be Cannon. So we will be going back to EU. Here we have the scores again. So we'll be moving back. How will this pan out? Celsia taking 2 maps in a row. 7-4, 7-5. We're going to see 7-6 now. Or will Bangbus finally win a map? So we're going to be playing a 5th and final map. It is getting very close, guys. So drop your energy in the chat. Let us know. What are your predictions for Cannon? Are we going to see a Bangbus win? Or will we see Celsia round off in fashion, winning 3 maps in a row and winning the grand finals 3-1? Let us know. And what score preferably in the chat now. Let's see if the room is up yet. There it is. Not sure what the password will be though. So let me see if I can find out. Ha, guessed it right. There we are. Everyone is already in the room. They were just waiting for me. Timmy whispering me a fake password, so don't worry. Try that if you want. And now everyone has readied up. We'll not be able to update those dots in time, so we will have to move back to the lobby again. There we are. Everyone is ready. Celsia will be starting on the NRF side here on Cannon. We are back on the EU server, and Bangbus will take him on EU. Funny, the NA team on EU. Alright, let me update that. We should be back just in time to catch the remainder of this game, and we are. Here we are. Celsia leading 2-1 in map scores, and immediately a push from Bangbus coming out to 2 side. Julio immediately puts the pressure onto Timmy. Will he be able to lock that down? Timmy finds 1. He finds 2nd as well. Timmy finds a 2nd as Tiny will be pushing up now. Tiny gets flashed, but will not matter as Duro gets the frag. Bangbus has secured the side, but doesn't matter much as Dolly has snuck up from behind. Takes a lot of bullets to shut down Rondo. Will not matter as he finds 2nd as well, and yeah, Cypher is already round off. Quick round coming in there. Bangbus hoping to catch Celsia off guard, but they will not be able to do that. And Celsia will win that first round.
Charge defused.
They are 6 rounds away from a win in this cup.
Return to main base. Your efforts are commended.
Now Bangbus, will they go for a library push? They shouldn't really be doing that, although this might be a fake push as Cyphers already shuts down Julio. Run will be pushing on though. Catches a 2nd, can he get 3rd? Oh, shuts down Cyphers as well. 3k for Ron Tally. Taz is still here, but he will knock him down, and even though Ron gets that sick 3k, Bimbo finds himself in a 1v2 situation. How far will he get? He's currently scouting around here in 2. Timmy, full HP. Taz, full HP. They have no clue where Bimbo might be at. Bimbo goes to the connector though. He would have been able to. Nah, I wouldn't have been able to catch Timmy in mid even. He's gonna go to the backstairs and then he's gonna get the bomb down. Good thing for him is that both Timmy and Taz are fairly far away. But yeah, with them, they expect Bimbo to go to 1 actually. We see where Timmy's playing at. But yeah, Bimbo will be getting the bomb down now. He's gonna check the back of this cannon on cannon. And then he'll get the bomb down. Here we go. Bomb going down.
Charge set.
And now Celsia will be moving. Look at that. Timmy moves in. Taz moves in. They're both gonna try and come from the front stairs, which is good. But Bimbo's pretty much waiting there already, so that could be good for him. Push out. Oh, but he will not even land the shots on Timmy correctly. Already moved on for Taz as he thought he'd shut down Timmy in a blink. Doesn't happen. Timmy gets a frag. Going 6 in 1 already. And that's Celsia taking the lead 2-0.
Your efforts are commended.
And we have a dead round. I think at this point Bangbus has realized that it's not going too well. They need to switch up tactics. They need to do something if they want to win Cannon. Otherwise, they will lose these grand finals. So let's get back in the lobby. It's currently 2-0 as we said. But how will the rest of this game unfold? So here we are, scores have been updated. 2-0 on Cannon for Celsia as they are on the NRF side. And it looks like one of the players did crash, this being Ron. Yeah, Ron has indeed crashed. So I'll be waiting for him to return. Won't take too long, I guess. But we'll have a few minutes to recap of what we just saw. It was mainly that 2-hold from Timmy being good in the first round. Knocking down 2 players, giving Bangbus too little manpower to really hold on to that side. And then the second time, even though Ron got that 3k, they were able to shut down enough players to win that. And now it's 2-0 to Celsia. Bangbus is in a really, really tough spot now. And even though they were so confident, like, oh yeah, we're gonna win Spring League and such, they've lost 7-4, 7-5 so far to Celsia. And if they lose this one as well, then they lose, well, at least the qualifiers. And that will at least be Celsius sending out a message like, yo, Bangbus, I know you guys have been winning the cups recently, but we're still the big boys in town. We're still #1. Unless Bangbus is going to upset them now and win 2 maps straight and show them that they're the new guys in town. But it will be a tough one. At this point, if we go with the momentum, Celsia really seems to have it. So Bangbus will need to pull one from the box. They want to win it. But do not forget, Bangbus has Crazy Ron. And who knows, his tactics might switch up. Because Celsia pretty much has it all figured out. They know how Bangbus play. They know they go for those fake pushes. Bangbus at this point shouldn't go for that anymore. What they should do is exactly how Kashmir attacked them on Cannon. No, it was Core 7 yesterday. When they went to 2 side, they were able to knock them down from 2 angles. If Bangbus does this as well with Celsia, they might be able to take 2 side a little bit easier, get some more picks on the go, and thus win the rounds a bit easier. Will it work? That's the question, but that's what at least I think they should do here, as we're waiting for Ron to return. So, I'll take a few moments again, and as soon as Ron returns, we'll start talking again. So stay tuned for the upcoming rounds. We are at round 3 of Cannon. This is map 4, with Celsia leading 2-1 in this best of 5 series. Oh, there's one. And there's another player. Should be a Bangbus player. Not sure what he's doing here. So let's see what they're going to do with that. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna nade indeed, so we don't have to go back to the lobby mid-game. So we have Bangbus on the U. They will nade 2 rounds before we can resume. But yeah, as we know, it's gonna be a tough one for them. So nades will be coming in, or TKs.
Magazine.
Nades coming in. Will that work? That's a flash. Don't tell me that Bangbus is messing this up. No, good. They don't mess that up. I almost thought that we're even good at throwing nades. Well, throwing with our nades, not throwing nades. That's something different, of course. But we have one more nade round to go. And then we will resume. Let's see if we can get a nice angle on it. As you see that huge katana. Turtle survive. Ah, he still has a nade. That's good. So now we're gonna get this started. Although Dolly... Oh, what? They still have a player? No, we don't. Alright. How do we have 6? Oh, Julio resetted his score. Wow. Typical Julio. Typical Julio. Should get some calls around the chat. But let's jump straight into the action as Bangbus wants to go for a 1 push. We see Chuck making some trades. He has a 2k through the smoke as he wants to take Turtle down as well. As on the other hand, Turtle wants to go for 2k. Chuck is pushing up. Turtle gets a 2k. Bimbo shuts down Dolly in the mid as well. So this is the call for Bangbus to really push up and 1. Both Taz and Timmy are now rotating, so they're a bit late. Will that help? Taz moves out. Looks in the smoke. Nobody there. But just mid. He gets shut down by Bimbo. He's gonna wait for Timmy to move in. Oh, Timmy immediately gets that headshot. Nice call from him. And now they're coming up from 2 angles. Tiny's already checking behind. Will Timmy get this frag? He needs to get that. Oh, he spots Tiny. Tiny missed that shot. Taz in the smoke. Look at that. Bangbus has been fully pushed back. Tiny spots 1. Oh, Taz lands that shot. Tom Turtle. Taz gets a 2k. And still we see Celsia come back. Yeah, we still see Celsia come back from this. Thank you, Timmy. But that's the thing yet again. I mean, it's a 2v3. Classical... Yes, good job, Timmy. Thanks for letting us know that. But this is a classical Celsia thing that we know. They win the 2v3s. I'm actually gonna note that down though. And the way they do it is just, okay, we see a player, we've been damaged a bit, let's just wait for my teammate to clean that up. And then I'll be getting those remaining frags. That's how important it is to stay alive and to not overcommit. And Celsia demonstrates that really well. So let's keep our eyes on Taz. He was able to get 2 good picks in the first round. He's on UAV. But at this point, Bangbus is really committed to go for a 1. We have only Cyphers defending it there, but he will shut down Bimbo right away. Let's move over to him. He will have to knock down the entire Bangbus squad if he wants to hold on to one side. Taz is now going to give him backup. He's still here. Taz sees his shot getting tanked. Look at that. Bangbus is now pushing in. Can he find 1? It's Turtle shutting him. No, it's Bangbus shutting them now down. And now Timmy finds himself in a 1v3. 2 players are severely tagged though. And then we have Turtle at 70 HP. Can Timmy do this? No, Tiny picked up that scope. 1 round finally going to Bangbus. It's 3-1. But they'll need so much more to bring us back. Immediately getting that frag onto Taz. Taz being pushed out a little bit too far. Not really able to land his shots properly there. As we see Cyphers in the back. He's gonna move up again. So go with some smoke shots. Being put on UAV instead. This should be the call for Bangbus to push it. But they can't really without the pressure coming from Chuck from the base. This is pretty much the call for Bangbus to rotate. They are going at it. But look where Dolly is. Dolly's in a key spot to get a 2k. Or not, Ron just shuts him down. And this is the push that they have to make. It's 3v3. Tiny with a scope. Can get Timmy. Missed the shot. Watch his backstairs and gives Ron the backup he needs. Turtle will be meeting up with Timmy very shortly. Timmy actually peeks it and gets the frag in. 2v3. Chuck is very low though. Let's keep our eyes on Tiny because Timmy is low as well. Tiny will have to get a lot of frags, if not Ron. Gets one. Gets two. This is gonna be the 3K for Tiny. He's already waiting for it, but Ron will round it off. Good hold from Bangbus on 2 here. And they pull off a Celsia winning 2v3. They did some important. They're making it closer and closer. But this round will need to go to Bangbus, otherwise their defense will be a hell of a defense. Needs to win. Bars are coming out. We are in the EU server. Yeah, we're on the EU server. That's correct. Sorry for that. Wants to move up in the smoke. Look at that. Dolly gets Turtle down on bookshelf. Bimbo will need to push up at this point. Waits a little bit long with that. So he's gonna beat out his teammates. They will now push up. Look at that. This is exactly what Celsia does. They make it work. They make it count. Chuck now shuts down Tiny. And once again, a clutch situation. This time for Ron. 1v4. Yeah, he will get caught up from behind. Timmy is there already. Yeah, Timmy gets him. 4v2 for Celsia as we're going to the side change. Yeah, they are just 3 rounds away from winning this cup. Will Bangbus be able to do anything against that? Or is that gonna be all? We'll see Julio pushing up on the bookshelf. Now it's gonna be a 2 push. Look at that. Ron will have to throw this nade quick. Throws it just in time. Might even get someone with it. Finds Timmy. Gonna walk back. Needs to land the shot on Cyphers as well. Will not do that. Celsia has control, but it's a 3v4. Bangbus has the upper hand. Nade's coming out. Cyphers getting hit with that nade as well. Great work by Bimbo doing that. Running Cyphers. Oh, gets Cyphers through the smoke even. Chuck is still on side. Finds 2. Finds a 3rd. Chuck goes massive. We see Taz rounding off. But what a great hold by Chuck. Unfortunately, that we were not watching his player cam. What a way for Celsia to win that first round on attack. They're playing it fierce. They're playing fast. And it works out. 2 rounds away from a cup win. And now Ron wants to push up. Pushes up fast. He will be fighting with Timmy. Has to retreat quick. Will not be able to retreat there fully. And won't even get a kill in. Does a lot of damage, but won't matter much. Now Julio moves up in the mid. Camped out by Dolly. And it's going to be a 5v2. Turtle is so far away. Bimbo will have to survive yet a little bit longer. Although we do see Turtle getting a frag in, it is still not impossible to win it. Smoke coming out. Turtle will really need to get this frag. Bimbo finds Cyphers. Will Taz get the second? It will be Timmy who does. And with it being 6-2, I think this is pretty much it. Will the Bangbus finally be stopped? Will we indeed have the throw bus or a tilt bus, as Ron now says? Celsia is 1 round away from winning it. Look at that. All of Bangbus now pushing up. Julio coming out with the striker. Taz finds 1. And Dolly now comes in. This will be it. Or not yet. Bimbo King finds him. Finds 2 even. Oh, they have C4. They have the C4. Timmy and Chuck now realize it. And even Julio is surprised by that. Indeed, they say going out in class. Well, going out in style. But they might even win it. Playing on range. Have to knock down Timmy. Why is Ron... No, Ron is playing Mariah. My bad. We'll find him with Chuck. He needs to land this shot or it's gonna be it. It's gonna be it! It is 7-2. GG's being called. And Celsia defeats Bangbus in the grand finals 3-1. After winning the maps in the following scores, we had dual side, which is Bangbus's pick, end in a 7-4 win for Bangbus. Map 3 then, Airplane, which is Celsia's pick. On the NA server, it was yet again Celsia win that 7-5. And now this final map off Cannon. And it's 7-2 for Celsia after dominating there. And thus Celsia will win this ESL 5-on-5 Demolition Spring League qualifier after defeating Bangbus 3-1 in the grand finals.